All right, guys, this week in math, we are going to be learning about different types of lines. Now, you remember from a few weeks ago when we learned about point, ray, line segment, lines. We remember what a line is. It has at least 2 points, but along this line, there's an infinite amount of points, and it goes on in both directions forever. Does not stop, okay? So we have some different types of lines when we're working with multiple lines. So the first type are parallel lines, okay? So parallel lines are two lines that run side by side with each other, and they never touch, okay? So this would be line A, B, this is line C, D. All right, so parallel lines are lines that never touch. Okay, so lines that never touch. And just like we label our lines, our rays, our line segments, we label parallel lines as well. So the label for parallel lines look like two L's or the number 11 right next to each other, okay? So we would label using this symbol here, and we would label what the line names are. So if this is point A and B, remember this would be A, B, with a line above it, with the arrows on each side. And then we would put our parallel symbol. And then our other line is CD. So we would label CD. So this math sentence right here says, line AB is parallel to line CD, okay? We'll do some practicing in the next video. Oh, also, you have this attached to your assignment this week. So this is your math notebook page, and this is what I'm putting up on here for our lesson. So like every week, you can print this off and glue it into your math notebook, or you can use your digital version to help you with your work. All right, so we've talked about parallel lines. Now we're going to talk about intersecting lines. So we can see there are two lines here, and they intersect. So we talk about an intersection on the road, right? This is where a stoplight is, where two directions come together. You usually have a stoplight or a stop sign. So they intersect, they cross each other. Okay, so our intersecting lines cross paths at one point. And I put that point there on our example. Okay, so if this was line LM, and this line is NO, we can label that these are intersecting lines. So our label looks like an X, okay, where they cross, because they cross at one point. So the way that we would label this, so I'm working with line LM. So I put LM with the line above it. Then I put my X for intersecting. And then I have line NO. So this sentence here reads, line LM intersects line NO. Okay, so they're crossing each other. Now, our last type of lines are perpendicular lines. Now, perpendicular lines are a type of intersecting lines, but there's something special about them. We see this square down here in the corner. What does that tell me? So that tells me that that is a right angle. And if my lines are crossing here, and this is a right angle, then this is also a right angle. This is also a right angle. And that is also a right angle. So it creates 4 right angles, perpendicular lines do. Okay, so perpendicular lines, they intersect to form right angles. Okay, so they intersect to form right angles, and just like we've labeled parallel and intersecting, we have a label for perpendicular. So our label for perpendicular is an upside down T. So I'm going to put a line there and a line here. So it's an upside down capital T. All right? So if my lines are line RS and line TU, this is how I would write my math sentence. So I would write line RS is perpendicular to line TU. Okay, so I wrote my two lines that I have, RS and TU, and in between them I put my label of perpendicular. So line RS is perpendicular to line TU. Okay, so now that we have gone over the three types of lines, you're going to close this video. There's a second video for you to watch where you are going to need your math book, and we are going to do some examples in your math book.